Yes, guys. Ryjack back for another live stream in my new studio. I really like the studio, guys. I like this studio. It looks nice. It looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I do see Talsif in the chat. What's up, man? He says, Yo, how are you doing tonight? We are looking at the Derby Man United versus Manchester City at Old Trafford. Game will be played nice and early for me, 7:30 in the AM. Honestly, those are the worst. The early kickoff is the worst. And I know some of the West Coast citizens, the fans, like Kelkster, Shadow Kelkster, lives out in California. It's a 4:30 wake up for her, so I can't really complain. But man, 7:30 is a bit early for me to get up and stream. But hey, I do it because I love it. I love everything about it. Cool J V Edits says, "What's up, man? How are you? How are you? Welcome to stream. Welcome to the stream." Let's see here. Let's see here. You're lucky it's 7:30. It's 4:30 for me. Oh, West Coaster, man. A West Coaster for sure. A West Coaster. Those are brutal. 4:30 a.m. wake up is like, I would do it if I had to, but that is a tough one. A tough one for sure. I don't mind. What country you live, CJ? I'm guessing that is like West, Pacific time in the U.S. I guess it could be South America. I don't know if they have Pacific time, but I think it's probably Pacific time, like California, Arizona, Washington, something like that. That's my guess. That's my guess for CJ. Um, City United, it's a difficult one. I've seen a lot of streams today because everybody's been very upset and very nervous, and everybody is all worried about this. And maybe I'm the only one. Like, I feel pretty calm at the moment. Pretty calm. I'm not too worried. Math ain't mathing for me. He just lives on the West Coast. Yeah, live West Coast. That's it for sure. All right, we got a first time viewer in the stream. This name is going to Bear Eats World 7637 says, "First time I'm catching a live on the channel." What's up, man? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know if you're a global Man City fan, like most people that come to the stream are, or if you're local, or if you're not a City fan. That's cool. Let us know. We got Bear. I don't know. I don't think we'll get Margay. Talsif, at the moment, that looks unlikely to me. I'm not feeling the Mark Gahey situation. It feels unlikely for sure. Unfortunate as it may be, I'm not too positive on the Mark Gahey thing. I think Gahey leaves in the summer. I kind of feel this way as well. I kind of think all signs point to him wanting that fat bag of money, that sign-on bonus, which, can you blame him? It's apparently 20 million bucks. Like, tough one. Madrid lost the other day. I did see that one. Yep, I did. Um, am I crazy to say that I'm okay with not getting Margahey, and I'm confident in what we've got in Max Aline. Like, Max Aline has been a bit of a baller, so I'm not too worried. Maybe that's a bit crazy. I'm a local fan, quite a bit older than you. Been a City fan since '91. W, man, W for Bear. City fan since '91. That's not that much older than me. I was born in '97, so I'm not. I'm getting up there. Thing is, you really need a center back. I do feel like we need a center back, but I'm also being realistic. If Max Aline, if the club thinks this guy is a baller and he could be a guy that makes it at City, it doesn't make sense to spend the money. To my opinion, me personally, because then you just rely on Max Aline. And he's going to take the 20 mil. Liverpool, where he's guaranteed number one, says 47 ancient. I mean, honestly, if I'm Gahey, I'm definitely waiting until the summer to get my sign-on bonus. And if I'm looking at Liverpool or City, Liverpool, he's basically a bang-on starter because it seems like Konate's going to leave. Van Dijk is not going to be there forever. He's getting up there in age, but at least for a couple of years, it's going to be him and Van Dijk, and then Van Dijk leaves, and it'll be his show. Like, Ruben Diaz is not Van Dijk age. Gavardiol is really a talented young player who's going to play. Max Aline, you have Kusanov, you have Victor Hay. Like, there's just a stockpile of center backs at See, like currently, he would probably play more immediately with City than Liverpool because Liverpool have Van Dijk and Kanate, whereas City are missing their two best center backs. But long term, it probably makes more sense for Liverpool if that makes sense to me. A youngster in Kusanov is going to be hard. I mean, it is, but you got to also think Ruben Diaz is coming back in like a month. So if Husanov, Max Aline, and Nathan Ake can hold it down for a month and we can stay in the title race, then do we need Margehi? Because I feel like we need him more right now currently than we do in a month. And it might take till the end of this window to get that done. Husanov is great, and Max Aline ain't been that bad, but I don't really know anything about him that much. I mean, he's just been really solid since coming in. There's not a lot I can say. Hate Chelsea so much for injuring Ruben Diaz and Yasko. That was unfortunate. Especially the Yasko one, man. It's just so random to like break your leg like that. Didn't even look that bad, the tackle. Only way I see Max staying is if he performs against the big teams. Well, that's a great point, and that's why I think Saturday is a huge test. Aline is starting that game if I'm doing the lineup, and his performance there basically indicates what we're getting going forward. I mean, he already played against Newcastle. Newcastle's a good, big team, so there's no data to me to suggest he can't do it. I'm happy with that. Even if Elaine doesn't work out, we have Hayes, Ba, Simpson Puzzi on loan, along with Mifuni in the academy. True, of all these players, I've seen Simpson Puzzi last year. I didn't think he was that good. Max Elaine to me is better than Simpson Puzzi. Juma Ba, I've heard he's not been that great in Ligue 1 this year. He feels a lot more like we bought him pretty cheap. He improves a little bit and we sell him for profit. And then Vitor Hayes, I don't know what the deal is with Vitor Hayes. I mean, he was 35 million, sent him on loan. You know, a double 2 years in a row of a loan, I feel like is a bit much for a guy you spent 30 million on. But I mean, maybe we buy Yehi and then Vitor Hayes has no option but to go back on loan because either him or Max Elaine. And I saw a tweet. That's what City are kind of considering. If we buy a center back, you have to figure out between Max Elaine and Vitor Hayes who stays and who goes on loan next year. So I don't know. How will Arsenal drop points? Well, who do they play tomorrow or Saturday? Who do they play? Isn't it Forest? They probably won't drop points against Forest, guys. They probably won't. Forest are dog. I mean, it's at Forest at 12:30 for me. So it's a late game. That'll be a good one. We can watch that. I hope they do. I don't know that they will. For me, right now, it is Hayes number 1, Elaine 2, Simpson Puzzi number 3, Mfuni number 4, and Juma Ba 5. Dang, Juma Ba 5. Isn't Simpson Puzzi, didn't even play at Celtic? Jamai Simpson Puzzi. No, he's on loan in Cologne. I forgot about that. He got recalled from his Celtic loan because he wasn't playing. But Celtic had that bozo manager, so maybe there was a problem there. But Simpson Puzzi hasn't really played this year. He's also 20 years old. I think Max Aline at this same age, I'm going Max Aline for sure. For sure. Simpson Puzzi played 64 minutes. Holy moly. 64 minutes. Simpson Puzzi at Celtic. That 6-month loan is diabolical. And now he's at Cologne and he's played 2 full 90. So that's nice. That's nice. Forrest have something for us? I hope, man. I hope Forrest can do it. I hope Forrest can do the job. Elias, what's up? Hope you're good. Arsenal have a tough run. I've been saying it. This is our time to get points. They can always tie. Yeah, even a tie. Even a draw. A draw would be nice. Help us out a bit. Forest are tough against Big Six. Yeah, Forest, especially going there. Going there, they've been very good this year. I know they're down a bit in the table, but at home, they've been very good. They've been very good. Ash has entered the chat. Says, yo, Ryjack. What's up, Ash? Big up for entering the Discord channel the other day, Ash. Appreciate that. We got new tech in the Discord, guys. Every time I go live now, it automatically tells the Discord that I am live. I figured out how to finally do that. It took me a day, but shout out to the Discord. If you're interested in joining the Discord as well, guys, I will put a link to the Discord right here. If you want to join the Discord, that is the link right there. You just click it and you join and you chop it up with the boys. Chop it up with the boys. Big up Forrest for sure, for sure. My only concern with Victor Hayes is if he's physical enough for the Prem. Ball playing and IQ-wise, best in his class. See, that's a good thing, though. Like, physicality, I feel like you can maybe get a bit with age, but the ball playing ability is tough to, like, acquire that with age, you know? If that makes sense, I feel like that's the case, at least. I feel like that's the case. Maybe that's wrong, but I don't know. We're beating the Rags, bro. Absolutely, Ash. I do feel very confident about the United game. I'm not too worried. Taki says, I got some tragic news. Huh? Okay. I don't think that's true. So not like a funny joke, but whatever. Nice fan I spoke to called Ba the worst defender they've seen this century. Jeez. Is it true, guys? Is the Aguero thing true? Or am I just getting rage baited for, like, no reason? I feel like I would see that on Twitter, so, no. Not true. Whatever. Yeah, join the server, guys, if you're interested. It's pretty cool. Yeah, also not funny, like, whatever. Yeah, ban the guy. You guys want it banned? Sorry, Taki. You can't. I won't ban you because that's like a little bit harsh, but how about we do a timeout for a day? Timeout for a day. I'm not too harsh. Being tacky? Yeah, I don't understand that. It's not like it's saying someone died when they didn't actually die is not it. So come back when you're better behaved. We'll do that. Anyway, let's talk about the derby a bit, guys. The derby is the fun thing to discuss, if we're being honest. The derby is the fun thing to discuss. Now, let me see if this works. If I do this, there it is. Let's do that. There we go. So we got the predicted lineup here. I'm a little bit more interested in United's lineup at the moment. You guys have to help me because there might be some injuries as well as international situation. Is Mbeumo back? I know he's Cameroon, right? And I think they got out early, so he's back. But it doesn't show Mbeumo on this list here of potential players. And it doesn't have him here either. So I don't know. Maybe he's not. I'm confident Arsenal could drop points. I hope so, man. That would be awesome. That would be amazing. Yeah, very random. Look at their next opponents, Arsenal. All right. Well, give me a second, guys. Arsenal fixtures. They got Forest, United, Leeds, Sunday. I mean, there's some tough games in there. There's some tough games in there for sure. I think they could drop points. Let's talk about Semenyo. Straight masterpiece. Bro, shout out Semenyo. He is low-key my first name on the team sheet, guys. Semenyo, first name on the team sheet. When we do the lineup for this game for Saturday, Semenyo's first one. I love Semenyo. They'll get another lucky win from a set piece. My only worry for Saturday is that Mbeumo and Ahmad are back. I don't know, are they? It doesn't have them in this lineup here. But they should be back, as far as I know, right? How was Semenyo disallowed but not white? Yeah, I know, it's a joke. I don't really understand it. It's so dumb. Forest are good at set pieces and defending them. Okay, shout out Forest. Can shut down set piece FC. Ahmad and Mbeumo are back. Okay. So you would expect them both to start, probably. But they've kind of changed their system up. They're probably not going to do that 3-back anymore. It's probably a 4-2-3-1, according to this. And I've heard that's what Carrick did in at Middlesbrough. Is a 4-2-3-1. is at UCL next week. Yes, we are going to Bodo Glimt, the Norwegian cold, on the 5G pitch. Difficult one. Weird pitch. 5G is like not a real field, but whatever. Ellen Road is going to be difficult. Ellen Road always difficult for sure. Doku and Semenyo on the wings. I know. Do you want Doku and Semenyo, or do we want Semenyo and Cherokee? Pray for those fullbacks. Why does it have to be a third place for AFCON? I don't know. I mean, there's a third place World Cup game. There's a third place Copa America. There's a third place Euros. There just seems like there always is. My other worry is that Liverpool turn up against you. They could. We got to go to Liverpool. It's always tough to play there. It's always tough. I hope we just give you the 3 points. Everybody doesn't want Arsenal to win. Plus, our record at Anfield sucks. It's not good. I don't think I've seen a win at Anfield maybe in ever. Not that I remember. Unless we count that COVID season. I think we won in the COVID season at Anfield. We smoked them. If City win their next UCL game, are they qualified to the round of 16? Pretty much, yeah. We'll be on 16 points, and last year you need 15 to get automatic. So, I mean, it could be a little bit different, but it's basically we're through. I don't think both Semenyo and Doku start. We know how Foden is in derbies. You could start both of them and Foden, to be fair. I don't think you can start both of them, Foden and Cherokee, like Martin has suggested he wants. That's what Martin said last night on Mancunian Way. He said he wants Holland striker, Doku left wing, Semenyo right wing, Foden Cherokee in the middle, and Rodri behind. And I was like, that seems a bit aggressive, but that was Martin's lineup yesterday. Maybe he changed it today, but that's what he told me last night on stream. The last time Man City won at Anfield was 2021 when there was no fans. Yeah, that was the COVID year when we spanked them and didn't mean anything because they already won the league, I think, at that point. Or they were way out ahead, something like that. But we absolutely spanked them. That was a fun game. How's this Heaven guy for United? He's like an academy kid, right? 19 years old. Aiden Heaven. 8 starts in 10 games. Does that mean no De Ligt? De Ligt is out injured as well. That's pretty big. De Ligt is like decently... I know he gets a little bit of crap, but De Ligt has been good this year. Mazraoui's also all right. This is irrelevant. But Dalot, I mean, is going to get cooked. Luke Shaw is old. Going to get cooked by Semenyo if he's out there. Dorgu at the left wing, I feel like is unlikely. That's probably Cunha at left wing, and then right wing will be Mbeumo. I mean, it's not a bad lineup. This United team, now that I look at it, it's not that bad. Midfield is probably pretty soft comparatively. I mean, you got Ugarte, you have Casemiro. That's not great. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, is decent, pretty good player. Matheus Nunes has been so underrated. He has. He's been really good for us this year in general. Martin just wants goals galore from his VIP box seat. Can't believe he's sitting in a United box, guys. Have some shame. He is the current Man City player to have the most assists for Holland. True. Heaven is good from what I heard. Yeah, I think he's good. I think he's solid. But he's got some mistakes in him. Okay. Hopefully Diego Dalot and Manuel Ugarte start against us. It seems like that's who's starting. I don't know who else you're going with. Really, to be honest. Just need to send the ball out to the wings. It's difficult because there's a good depth of attack that we can kind of choose from at the moment. So it makes it difficult. As far as City, we still have quite a few players injured. Omar is still not back yet. He should be back. I wonder if he'll make it back for the Tuesday game against Bodo Glimt, because it would be great to play him in that one and not play Holland in that game. But if his game is Saturday, he I guess could make it back, but is he ready to play? You know, if he plays on Saturday, maybe he won't play on Saturday in the third place game if they want to. Maybe he won't start. Give some other players some run for Egypt potentially, and then if Omar's fit, he can start that game against Bodo Glimt. That'd be great. No Holland playing in Bodo, man. I don't want him to get injured on that wank pitch. You know, Savinho's still out, of course. John Stones, who knows if he's ever going to come back. Yosko out. Again, broken leg, whole year. Diaz should be back in a month-ish. Kovacic. This always changes on Kovacic, guys. Always changes on Kovacic. Who knows when this guy's back? I don't think anyone has any idea. Because it says ankle injury. I swear it was an Achilles. And then my boy, Oscar Bob, sadly still injured. I hope Cherokee starts. The problem is you can't start Cherokee and Foden and Doku and Semenyo and Tijani. Like, everybody wants all these players to start, but it makes it difficult. My midfield, Silva, Foden, Semenyo, Doku. Silva, Foden, Semenyo, Doku. That could work. That could work. We can look at that. Yo, shout out to Tarek, guys. If you are unaware, Tarek has his own channel. Big time channel. He hosts Talkback Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, obviously. So shout out to Tarek. Big time YouTuber right here, this guy. So go sub to Tarek for sure. And he can be a mod on the channel because I know him. I think he'll be back for Wolves. I'm talking about Marmouche, I believe. He will? Okay. How do we think Marmouche will get more playing time? Good question. I think Haaland gets rest, honestly. Like, I feel like Marmouche is low-key limited to Haaland's minutes. I don't see much of Marmouche out on the wing at this point with Doku, Semenyo, Savinho, Cherokee, all of that. All those options, it feels unlikely that Marmouche is going to play much out there. And how much are you going to rest Haaland? Like, it's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's difficult for sure. Haaland is a player you just don't, like, bench. You just don't bench him. I'm not saying he's Messi, but, like, you don't bench Messi. You give him a rest here and there. You don't bench Ronaldo. That's how I feel. Who would you start, CDM, Rodri, or Nico? I think, yeah, Nico is injured, so I'm going Rodri. Yeah, Nico's got a small injury or niggle or something. House Captain says, good evening, Blues. My first time here. Welcome, House Captain. I see you in a lot of chats, my guy. A lot of chats. So, welcome to the stream. We're happy to have you, of course. Cherokee must start. Yeah, big up House Captain, guys. Very, very active in all the chats. Always nice. Always nice to see those people come through. Marmouche, I think, leaves in the summer. Ooh. Marmouche leaves in the summer. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Feels like someone is leaving in the summer. A winger is leaving in the summer. And it's obviously not Semenyo. And the options are Marmouche, Savinho, Doku. And it feels like it's not Doku. So it's Marmouche or Savio in the summer. To me, I think. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? Nunez has been her own version of João Cancelo. Cancelo was low-key underrated. He had a really bad end to his City time. But Cancelo, at a point, was one of the best fullbacks in the world for City. So he gets a little bit of unnecessary hate, I think, for the bad end. Cheers. Oh, Keely, welcome. Big up, Ryjack. Great to see you. Won't be in chat. I'm working while listening. Cheers for the entertainment. Hey, man, that's why I'm here. I'm here to entertain. I do my best to entertain. I do my best to entertain. So you don't have to be active in the chat, of course, but good to see you as always. Another one who's normally very active in all the City stream chats. I'm going to go in. Thanks. Welcome, Elias. No problem. Always welcome back. Either way, I don't want Roger playing in these Bodo pitches. He can get rest versus Wolves. True. Roger on that 5G pitch. I don't know. While we're thinking about it, though, I do want to pull up this right here, the lineup builder. And let me make sure I can fit it correctly, because sometimes this thing just doesn't want to work properly. There we go. Pep said Nico had an incredible knock. An incredible knock does not sound very good. Unless there's like something lost in translation with incredible knock, I don't like the sound of that. Yeah, not sure what that means. Because a knock in and of itself is like small. Incredible means very big. Like, he had a horrible nick. You know? A horrible small injury. It's so strange. I don't really get that, but whatever. I will rearrange them because we're not playing 4-4-2, obviously. In goal, we're going to go with Donnarumma. Of course, Donnarumma starts for us in goal. Trafford, while he did have a good performance of the night, sorry, not happening. Stop that right now. I have 102. 4-4-2. No, well, it won't be a 4-4-2. I'll fix it. There we go. 4-3-3 for the people that need the fixing. You can move the positions around. Yeah, I will if we need to. They ain't getting Haaland. Who? What do you mean? There was a link for Haaland in Madrid today. I almost did a video on it, but like those links come out every day. I feel like, it is what it is. Haaland goes in the starting striker role, of course. For me, I do think Semenyo is one of the first names on the team sheet. Like I said, I don't know if he's right or left side. There's been a lot of discussion about he's better on the right, he's better on the left. Most people saying he's better on the left. But, it all depends on if Doku plays. If Doku plays, he's not playing on the right. So, for the moment, I'll put him at the right. Because I'm assuming, Madrid for Haaland. It's just not a thing, guys. They can want Haaland all they want. I just feel like it ain't happening. Shout out to Tausif, guys. He says he feels sleepy. Adios, Tausif. Appreciate it. Your contributions to the chat, as always, are appreciated. For the center back roles here, I think it's pretty clear. Huzanov is the one starting right next to Max Aline, our new star boy. I shouldn't say star boy. I shouldn't hype him up too much. I'm told if we hype up Max Aline, the pressure could get to his head and he could crumble. And the online community, anytime Max Aline makes a mistake, will berate him and shout him down and destroy his confidence. So here's my take on this. I can praise Max Aline all I want because the dude has it. If he doesn't have it, the criticism will get to him. If he has it, he won't mind the criticism and he will fall right off his shoulder, dirt off his shoulder, and he'll take it as motivation to prove the online haters wrong. Max Aline, I believe in you, bro. I believe in you. So I will glaze Max Aline because he deserves some glazing. It sounds a little weird, but he deserves the praise. How about that? The well done, Max Aline. You have been very good. I think it was off Pletty, though, and he was the only one who broke Haaland to City, so I think Madrid actually have genuine interest this time. Well, I'm sure they have interest in Haaland. That would not be, shocking to find out that a really big club wants one of the best players in the world. It's whether Haaland actually cares or wants to leave. He signed a 10-year deal, guys. Yeah, see you, Tausif. Adios, my guy. Right back, I think, is pretty clear. It's going to be Mateus Nunes in this spot. I guess you could have a shout for Rico Lewis. Maybe, but I don't know. Feels like it's all Mateus Nunes. Even though Rico did pretty well, he was mainly a midfielder. Last time he played, he probably isn't going to get many looks at right back going forward. And some people say, he's got the chance to leave if he wants it, but he's one of those guys that wants to fight for his spot and is not necessarily interested in leaving. Left back, I might be crazy, but I think Aït-Nouri has a shot to start this game. I don't know that I would actually start him, but Aït-Nouri as a left back came in, and yes, it was 5 minutes or something like that, but he looked good. Silky on the ball, combined with that 1-2 with Cherki and Semenyo. Is it too soon to give him a go? Maybe, but Nico O'Reilly has played an awful lot of football. I'm just saying, we've been saying, where's Aït-Nouri? We need Aït-Nouri so Aït-Nouri can give O'Reilly a rest. This is an opportunity. Yeah, Aït-Nouri might get a shout. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure that I would actually do it. But I think it's fair to have the conversation to say, should Aït-Nouri get this game? I don't know. Now, no way Nico will start. Pep wouldn't have subbed him off. Otherwise, Ryan Aït-Nouri starts at Bodo. I probably go with this. I do probably go with this take. I just think Aït-Nouri deserves some considerate... Whoa. Typing Aït-Nouri. My bad. Nico O'Reilly should start left back, though. I do think that's the better option for sure. Um, I'm in agreement with this lineup so far. Perfect. That means we're doing good. House Captain agrees. House Captain agrees. If anyone disagrees, of course, they want Ake in, or honestly, that's about it. Ake or Ryan Nori. That's about all we've got as options here. I have Nori at left back. Ooh. I was kind of leaning into it, but chat shot me down, guys. Chat shot me down. I don't know. I think Rodri, of course, is going to start this game as a 6. Nico G has an incredible knock, according to Pep. Has the incredible knock healed in 4 days? I don't know. Because I don't know what that means. Really? Some of the terminology you guys use, by the way, over in the UK. No one in America has ever described an injury as a knock. I would love to know where that originated from. Because we use actual, doctor language. What is a knock? Someone explain knock to me. It could be anything. We are way more specific over here. There's injury reports where you got to have an injury report every Wednesday for the Sunday game, and then update the injury report, and then 2 hours before the game, the injury report updates again. I'm just saying. I would really appreciate a Man City weekly injury report where it actually has what the injury is and their estimated timetable of return. That would be great. If we get Margay, then Ake goes the other way, I reckon. Can we afford to send Ake the other way with our center back crisis at the moment? I guess you probably can because Max Alene has been so good, but I don't know. If Ake goes, do we still have enough? It makes it difficult because Josko is out for the year. So you're really 2 out, 1 in is what you're doing. But I guess Aline comes in and replaces. Maybe. If that helps on the deal, then I don't know if I mind personally. Bernardo, Cherokee, Foden for the midfield. Bernardo, Cherokee, Foden. Well, I only have 3 spots left. That might be it. Knock on your knee. I can't comment on an incredible knock, and Tarek knows very well. Incredible knock. I was thinking like a corky or something. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. I think we can all probably agree that Bernardo is starting this game. Most likely. How long for Diaz to recover? The rumor is at some point in February, like near the end of February, or maybe middle of February. So a month-ish plus. Makes sense, Crystal Palace ain't selling and not replacing Gay. That is also true. Ake would be a good replacement. A knock is like an injury that causes bruises. Not a big injury, but a painful one. Yeah, that's a knee contusion. That's what that's called. A knee contusion or a deep knee bruise. Knock is so, vague to me. I must have missed this joke with you guys, though, from another stream. My bad. Semenyo left wing and get Doku on for whoever needs rest after around an hour. I personally really like Doku as a super sub. Me personally. I know people love Doku and want to see him start every game and whatnot. I'm not quite at that number yet. I still like Doku as a super sub, and I probably personally think Semenyo immediately has become our best winger. And I know people don't like that. People don't like that because I was the Oscar Bob guy, and I said Bob was our best winger. But that was mainly because I was down on a lot of our wingers versus so high on Oscar Bob. I was high on Oscar Bob, but mostly because I was so down on our rest of our wingers. So I don't think we can sell Ake given he's only playing with pain-killing injections. That's true. Maybe teams will know that and don't want to take the risk on Ake. He might not even be sellable. Potentially. Evening, Spartacus. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. Hope Spartacus is doing well. I've seen him on some streams today, I think. I think it was today. Ake is literally giving up on the World Cup for us. Legend. That is true, man. If he gets a major injury for this just absolute workhorse level he's been doing, shout out to Ake. Reminds me of Laporte doing it I don't think Laporte gave up a World Cup for it, but he played injured and pushed on for us quite a bit. I'd play Doku, Holland, and Cherokee. No Semenyo. Sheesh. Semenyo's too good, Spartacus. Doku against tired legs is a cheat code. This is what I think as well. I like Doku against tired legs. I do like him. That's why I typically don't like to start Doku. I also like wingers that score goals. I can't tell you the joke, right, Jack? Else your channel may get demonetized. Sheesh. You guys are wild. If you guys want to tell the dirty jokes and whatnot, you can tell them in the Discord, which the link is right there. It's the pinned comment. You guys can join the Discord and tell all the dirty inside jokes you want. There you go. Doku starts. He's a threat. Basically what Akanji was doing last season. True. That doesn't really get talked about Akanji last year because we were so bad. Everybody just kind of forgets. But Akanji was playing through injuries for sure. Semenyo starts all day. I totally agree. Semenyo 100% starts this game. And I'm definitely starting him. I think Foden starts as well. Foden here. I do think it's a little harsh on Tijani. Tijani's been pretty good. The last 2-3 weeks or so. 4 weeks maybe. Tijani's been very good. But Foden in the derby, normally he's pretty good. He scored a hat trick a couple of years ago. That 6-3 game where he got a hat trick. Holland got a hat trick. Cherokee wants to kill them. No, yes, he did say that. He did say that. So then the option becomes, do you start Doku or do you swing Semenyo over to the left and start Cherokee over there? I always like to turn back to the second leg against Madrid, which we lost on pens. Doku came off and was amazing. Losing on pens to Madrid. That's the Bernardo Silva game. The Bernardo Silva chip. Oh. Foden loves a Derby Day goal. This is true. That's why I'm starting Foden. And I think Ryan McAdoo should start. No, I'm just kidding. I think Cherokee starts for the offensive output, and we flip sides. Semenyo gets on the left. Cherokee gets on the right. And Bernardo drops deep to help with Rodri. And then the midfield is kind of like a box out of possession. And then Cherokee can get forward when we have the ball. Semenyo and Holland are the outlets. I like that idea. Take note, Rajak has a Discord for incredible knock stories. This is true. I still don't get the joke, but this is true. I do. So that's my lineup. McAdoo, I'm up for it. Guys, how good is the Ryan McAdoo, by the way? I don't want to overhype, but quality finish. And then he ran over and hugged his dad and his mom. I think it was maybe his mom, or maybe it was just his dad, but hugged his family. Guys, how could it get better than that? That was ready to go, man. Ready to go. When I saw that, I was all in on Ryan McAdoo. Loves his family. Loves the club. Beautiful. You're trying to get him demonetized at this point? Keely, fun fact. I have not been monetized at all yet. I haven't actually qualified. So I technically can't get demonetized because I am not monetized at all. I just do this for the love of the game. I just do this because I love it. This is a side hustle. Sort of. It's also fun. Is McAdoo the new Bob? Ooh, kinda, yeah. Kinda. McAdoo is the new Bob. Unfortunately, I have faith in Bob, but Bob is leaving the club. So, I got to roll with an A-Man City player to have a big agenda on, you know? So McAdoo, I think, will become the new Bob. And I'm not going to turn in my Oscar Bob jersey that I have, but I am sad that I now have a 52 Bob jersey that, people are going to look at me what? Why did you buy that? He played 20 times for you guys. I love Bernie, but I will be resting him in for some of this game. This will allow Cherokee to play with the dynamic 3. The dynamic 3. I love it. Whenever Cherokee and Foden play together in the same lineup, though, Bernardo is always there because of his defensive work rate. So, just saying. If we want both of them, we get Bernardo. We get the experience, the IQ, the leadership, whatever, the intangible situation. That midfield will destroy them. I do like this. I like this lineup, guys. I like this lineup. There's also a knocking shop. You guys are wild, man. You guys are crazy. Callum says, yo, they're scrubs. We need to smash them. Callum, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. United are absolute dog, man. They're dog. I'm not afraid. 2 goals versus Madrid away for the EDS. He's basically Messi. True, man. Rajak is a happily married man with a beautiful baby girl. Let's not get him in trouble with his happy home. Oh, true, guys. If she was awake, I'd bring her in, but I think she's sleeping. Wise words. You guys having inside jokes inside the chat, inside my chat. How funny. You shouldn't have let House Captain know that Rajak, you may never get monetized now. To be fair, I'm pretty close. Like if we look at the let me show. I can pull up the thing here. We are pretty close, actually, which is exciting. House cap. Hey now, it's all good. It's all good, guys. I don't know if it shows personal information here, so I'm just checking to see how close it is. It's like a weird thing where you gotta have a certain number of hours watched or something. Earn. I'm past the subscriber count. That's fine, but the hours I need, yeah, here it is. It's kind of hard to see, but I basically need 300 more watch hours, and then we can monetize the channel. So if that happens, cool. If not, whatever. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I play Doku, Holland, Cherokee, Foden, Silva, Rodri, Ake, Elaine, Hush, and Nunez. How different is this to mine? Doku, Holland, Cherokee, Foden, Silva, Rodri, Elaine, Ake over O'Reilly, and Doku over Semenyo for Spartacus. I don't mind it. I don't mind the lineup Spartacus, but Semenyo has been so good. 3 goals in 2 games. So good they had to rule one of his goals out. I don't know. I like Semenyo. But if I see this lineup, I'm not going to be complaining or anything. If Semenyo continues to put in a lot of work in tracking back, then maybe we may be able to play Cherokee and Foden in the middle. True. That's possible. Semenyo is pretty good defensively. I guess that's something I didn't really think of. Like, since Semenyo has come in, can he do some of that defensive work rate that Bernardo does in a way where we can take out Bernardo? Semenyo does that defensive work rate, and then you can play... well, I don't know. He would still be on the right. I guess you could play Doku, Semenyo, Foden, Cherokee, Rodri, something like that, maybe. Potentially. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that, Tarek. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're going for 1,000 here on the channel. Hopefully we get that by the end of the Premier League season. By the time I see Bernardo lifting the Premier League trophy, I want to have 1,000 subs. That's the goal. I've subbed and liked. I will hype you up if it shows. Thanks, man. Thank you, Low Fat Mo. Appreciate it. Low Fat Mo Fat. Good to see you. Spartacus and Tarek. Yes, sir. Ake and Semenyo are different. Yeah. Semenyo is on fire right now. Rest him against Bodo. Yeah, I mean, Semenyo is low-key our most informed player at present. Like, Semenyo starts for me, guys. I got to start Semenyo. I'm too big of a Semenyo fanboy at the moment to not put him in the lineup. And I also don't get the, like, nerves. United are not a good side. They are on a double interim manager. They fired their manager. I got an interim manager, and then got rid of their interim manager, and got a new interim manager to, in 5 months, hire a new manager. Like, I'm not worried, guys. I'm not worried about this game at all. Maybe on Saturday morning when I actually wake up, I'll be nervous. But at present, I'm feeling fine. Trying to give rest to Ake and Bernie, both on the bench. Best form of defense is attack. I can't complain. I can't complain. There's really only a few questions. There's really only a few questions on this lineup. Like, does O'Reilly or Ake play left back? Ake/Aline. You know, do you give Tijani a game over Foden? Bernardo's going to start. Roger's going to start. And then you go Semenyo Doku or Semenyo Cherki or Cherki Doku. That's really about it as far as questions. Omar says, what are the odds we draw this match? I feel like not high. I feel pretty confident. Semenyo is hungry. Let him feast. Semenyo can't play in the UCL yet. Is that true, guys? Is that true? Does that mean Max Aline cannot play in the UCL also? Because we've not entered the next, like, phase. Is that what it's called? The next phase? Let me check. I'm going to ask Grok. Because Grok is the best. Can Semenyo play in the UCL with Man City on Tuesday against Bodo Glimt? It's a good question, guys. Results are coming in. Why is it like that? There we go. Yes, Antoine Semenyo can play for City in their Champions League match against Bodo Glimt on Tuesday. The league phase run, blah, blah, blah. New signings cannot be registered or play in the remaining league phase matches if the transfer happens after the initial squad submission. However, clubs can register up to 3 new players after the league phase ends. Well, that seems like no then. That seems like a no. The match against Bodo Glimt is in the league phase. His transfer occurred too late. Okay, so he can't. Why would they say yes up here and then no down here? Grok is in the mud, man. True, yeah. It's good we're beginning to have some options again. I know, man. The depth is, like, nice. Gavardio will be dropped from the UCL for Semenyo. But I don't know if you can do the new registration. It sounds like until the end of the league phase, which is January 28th. So you can play in the knockouts / the playoffs, but not this current one. None of them can. Correct. Oh, okay. Till the knockout. I should have just read the chat, guys. My bad. My bad, guys. He can't remember Marmouche couldn't play their last game. It's a dumb rule, guys. I don't understand this, like, registration process. You guys make it so complicated. In American sports, whenever you get on a team, you can play. That's about it. Not much rules. Yeah, I can make it for the knockouts. The knockouts are interesting because it's really difficult to predict who we're going to actually get in the knockouts, but I wonder who we're, like, roughly looking at potentially getting. Because I always love to see who we might potentially get and then get nervous about that game coming up, you know? Because it's Bodo Glimt and it's Galatasaray in that one. You can deregister Josko and register Semenyo instead when the league phase is over. What about Aline? He's under 21, but I don't know the rule on that one because it's different than the Prem. Is it 20, under 20 situation? Because Max Aline is 20. To be fair, the NBA and NFL are just one league. That way Semenyo can play in the Prem. I guess that's true. It's a good point. But there's just like, there's a trade deadline, and any trade that happens in either league up until the trade deadline, you can play. You know? That's kind of how it works, which I like. I don't really understand why the window ends and then reopens. I don't really know why it just doesn't stay open until December and then close, or like November and then close. We will get Barcelona away. That would suck. I would not like that. Although it would be cool for like the match-going fans to go to Barca. I'm sure they'd be happy with that. Squad B. Oh, for a lean? Yeah, there's so many rules, guys. There's so many rules. It's too much for a regular guy like me to pay attention and keep up, to be honest with you. Here's the league table. Well, hold on. Here's the league table here at the moment for Champions League. Let's say we finish fourth. Fourth gets what? 12th around this area. So we're looking at like Newcastle, Chelsea, Spurs. How are Spurs higher up in the Champions League table than they are in the Premier League table? How is that a thing? How is that a thing? How are they that bad, but also that good? B list. Lean can't be coming in because he was playing for Watford, so he can't be registered. But what? He was playing for Watford, but Watford weren't in the Champions League. Does that not matter? But after the group phase ends, he can be registered. So he can't play in this. See, that's a bunch of nonsense, guys. I don't like these rules. I don't like these rules. Dumb. Dumb rules, but whatever. It's all right. Other notable teams like, wow, shout out Ajax. You guys are terrible. What a fall from grace. Ajax were in a semifinal of the Champions League not all that long ago. Now they're in 34th place. Does sound weird saying 34th place, but that's the Champions League, I guess. I thought U20 under 21 homegrowns didn't have to be registered. I think that's the Prem, but the Champions League is different for some reason. I guess it's because they're different organizations, which, whatever. I wish everybody just had the same rules, but it's different people making the rules, so that's why they're all different. Benfica would be like a big one that misses. Napoli would be a tough draw for like a first round of 16 game, but I mean, you could also get Karabag FK. So, I mean, it's a real crapshoot, it looks like. Hard to predict who we could actually get until we actually get to see the playoff places and stuff. I think Bob and Ortega will be deregistered. Man, that is sad to see Bob go, but yes, that's probably true. He won't qualify as an academy player to be in the B list because he isn't currently playing for our academy. What? You can have a B list. So to make the B list, you have to be an academy player, but he's not an academy player because he's played first. Oh, I get you. Because basically the academy, the B list is just for academy players, is what it sounds like. Okay. Got it. So guys like Makeda Mufuni can come and go when needed without an issue, but Aline was a Watford player. Okay. I get it now. That makes sense. Any shout for Makeda at Bodo Glimt to get minutes? That would be amazing. I would be so happy to see Makeda, Mufuni, Charlie Gray. Maybe not Charlie Gray. Maybe not Mufuni. Maybe just Makeda. Mukasa potentially. I don't know. Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense, guys. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves though with the Bodo Glimt thing. That's not until Tuesday. Unfortunately, it's an early game as well. No live stream for that one. I'll be at work, but I will watch. The B list is U21 player, so technically Rico can be put in the B list. Hold on. Now we're getting confused again. Because that doesn't make any sense. Rico hasn't played in an academy game in like 5 years. Makeda better than Savinho? Maybe. I've seen very little Ryan Makeda. I think it's fair to say Savinho probably doesn't score the goal that Makeda scored, but other attributes, I'd probably go Savinho at the moment, just because I've seen Savinho get 10 plus assists in a league season. Makeda I've seen play like 75 minutes. So I don't know that I can go that far, but I've seen this comment quite a bit. When Makeda scored, the live chat was immediately ripping Savinho, which we don't have to do, guys. We don't have to rip on Savinho when a winger does well. Although I understand the frustration and I get it, we don't have to rip on Savinho every opportunity that we get. He's not. The Bodo Glimt game will be interesting. I'm excited. Honestly, it might be like that PSG game, like a snowy pitch. It's going to be so cold in Bodo Glimt, man. So cold. The PSG snow game. What a game that was, by the way. The PSG snow game. There's no evidence to back that up other than agenda. He had one good game. Yeah, I don't think if like Pep Guardiola, the coach, the greatest coach of all time, if you said who's better, Savinho or Makadu, he would be like, Makadu? Are you guys kidding? He's 17. Of course Savinho. But I also get the like semi-joke-ness of it as well. So the B list is for any under 21 player part of Man City. Rico is part of the A list because he's part of the main 26. But let's say Rico is our 27th best player. He could be put in the B list. Bro, how do you know all this? This is crazy ball knowledge. This is good. You're like my research assistant. This is good stuff. Savinho can't step up to the level we want him to. Now, this is potentially a more fair comment. Is Savinho good enough to play at Man City? I would say the evidence is maybe. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm undecided on that. I'm leaning towards no, but I haven't made my full decision yet. But also to say Makadu is currently better, probably not true. The snow game, Foden and Mahrez masterclass. Guys, the snow game was so fun. So fun. Oh, I remember where I was. That's way back when I used to actually work in sports, when I was working in a basketball team. I was up in Minnesota on a trip, and I watched it in my hotel room. Oh, I was going crazy in the hotel room, and my roommate was like, why do you care about this? This is so irrelevant. Why are you not focused on our game? And I was like, guys, you don't know me, man. Man City. I bleed Man City. I watch every single game all day. I watch streams all day. You guys don't understand, man. They didn't know. They didn't know about me, man. And now I don't work in basketball anymore, and I don't watch basketball anymore. I just watch Man City. People wanted Doku sold last year. Very true. And I was, Mr. Rook, you might not like this, but I was one of those people. I was a person that said sell Doku over Savinho, actually, because I was more impressed with Savinho last year. But my mind has been changed. Doku's had a much better year than Savinho this year. So new evidence comes into play. New opinion. That is allowed. I'm okay with that. Neymar was crying after the game. Facts, man. What a time. What a time. Hey, shout out to Luke from Not in My Lifetime. Big up, bro. Almost at 900 subs. We are getting there, man. We are getting there. One day, we'll hit the 900, and then hopefully the 1,000 follows soon after. Mahrez owned him. Guys, I do miss Riyad Mahrez, man. He gets so disrespected in the, like, all-time right-winger discussion of the Premier League, and, like, people always just say Mo Salah or Ronaldo because he played right wing for United a bit, but nobody brings up Mahrez, man. Mahrez was so class. He won Leicester the Premier League, him and Conte, and Danny Drinkwater. But, I mean, come on. Mahrez is so underrated as a Premier League, like, great, in my opinion. And maybe that's partly because Pep, like, didn't play him, quite as much as he maybe should have. But, like, to me, Mahrez is our best ever winger. And I know some people feel that way. Some people think it's Raheem Sterling. Some people maybe count David Silva left wing as, like, the best ever winger. But for me, it's Riyad Mahrez, man. Oh, Riyad Mahrez, different gravy. Not me. I've always liked Doku. Always knew he would get to City level. There, I mean, just because people have the opinion, like, fairs. I just never saw it with Doku, but I am getting to the point of convinced. Mbappe, zero shots on target in that game. Can't lie, I was one of them who wanted Doku out too, because he refused to correct the simple mistakes he made, kept aimlessly trying to beat his man. Big up Doku, changed a lot. True. He has changed quite a bit. He still needs to score more goals. I'm going to hold him accountable in scoring goals, but I agree, he's changed his game a good bit. Temperature is forecasted to be 31 degrees and sunny. Shouldn't be fun on the plastic pitch. Do not play Ake. 31 degrees. that Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because I'm a Fahrenheit guy. I'm American, guys. I'm a Fahrenheit guy. Bodo Glimt. Is that a city? Bodo Glimt city? Bodo. Bodo. Temperature. 33 Fahrenheit. That's frigid, bro. Frigid. But I live in Florida, so like it's 60 degrees here and I think it's cold. So maybe I'm thin-blooded. I'm soft or something. Who do you think is a greater Prem legend, Yaya or Mahrez? Ooh, I probably would say Mahrez slightly. Because he won more. He won a lot more than Yaya did. Yaya left before we like hit this peak of winning, you know, with Pep. Yaya was like different type because there's just nobody really like Yaya. He was so big and so fast and like physically dominant. But I don't know. This is a really good question, really difficult. I would probably say Mahrez for me slightly. Mahrez is the GOAT. LB. LB has techie baller bias. Mahrez carried his country, by the way, unlike some guy called Salah. Egypt out, by the way. Stinker from Salah, man. The Discord was lighting up this today or yesterday, whenever it was when Egypt played and they lost. The Discord was not happy with Mo Salah, for sure. Riyad Mahrez, though. He always played well against PSG. He scored that free kick as well. That was not the snow game, I don't think. Scored that free kick. Man. I hate to compare to like older players that we don't have anymore, but we don't have anybody like Mahrez anymore. I agree. I think Yaya is a bigger City legend. I think the Leicester season edges him overall. That's true. Yaya could be considered a better like City player, like maybe statue status. But Mahrez has like player of the season for Leicester, you know. Big up a City winger of the past, his 47th birthday yesterday, Martin Petrov. Martin Petrov, 47th birthday. PSG tie was cinema. Absolute quality, guys. Quality stuff. The PSG. I loved that one. Played them a few times. We played them, I think, twice at least in the knockouts. I want to say. Maybe one was a league phase and not a knockout, but I'm thinking of the snow game when it was enough to get us to go to the final. Another guy who always balled out against PSG every time, number 17. Facts, man. KDB. Woo. I do think it's funny that this, like, the rise of calling players by their number is, like, seen as hate by people from England. But here in the U.S., we call players by their number, like, all the time. So I didn't really pick up on it as a thing. People were calling Savinho 26. But, like, I don't know. We do that in the NFL quite a bit with, like, quarterbacks. Like, Trevor Lawrence is 16. Patrick Mahomes, 15. Josh Allen, 17. I kind of do that. Like, LeBron, 23. And it's, like, not an insult, really. But I guess in the UK, it is insulting to call them by their number and not use their full government name, I guess. Whatever. Different culture. For sure. Anyway, we have just kicked over the hour mark, guys. I haven't given my prediction yet on the United game. United City Derby. I am confident. I do think City are going to win. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite comfortable. I'm going with 3-1. 3-1. They get a late one, but we dominate most of the game. That's what I think. Don't call Savinho 26. Spartacus is going to come after you. See, but if I do it, I don't mean it in a negative way. In America, we don't mean it negatively. It's just something we do. We just call people by their numbers. Especially like player to player. When I used to work for the basketball team, they called each other their numbers. So it's not like a hate thing. My favorite U.S. sport other than soccer is ice hockey, the NHL. Whew. Ice hockey's not for me, guys. I'm a native Floridian. Hockey's not very popular. However, we do have the Tampa Bay Lightning here, who are like one of the best teams in the league pretty much every year, but not so much for me. Not so much for me. I'm not a big hockey guy. My wife is Canadian, so she kind of likes hockey a little bit. She's from like Toronto area, so big up the Maple Leafs, but not so much for me. Not so much for me. Not so much for me. I like the NBA, the NFL, college sports, college football, and then Man City. And that's about it. That's about it, really. And honestly, the NBA has gotten way lower on my totem pole of what I care about. It's just the NFL and the EPL, man. That's it. The win is very needed. 2-0. Come on, City. 2-0 for Ash for the Derby. I will do a live watch along as well, guys. I don't know. I probably said that a couple times, but I will do a live watch along for the game. So if you can't go, you want to watch a game with me, come back in the chat on Saturday morning, and we will chop it up with the boys, hang out, watch the game together, and have a good time. Follow the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL isn't really big outside the U.S. to TBH. The NFL is pretty big in England, guys. We have a game. We have like multiple games over there every year. The NFL is kind of big in England. It's getting bigger. My Jags play over at Spurs Stadium like every year at the Spurs place to play at Wembley sometimes. It'd be cool to catch an NFL game in England if I ever come over there. I'd run to see Man City, of course, but it would be kind of cool to see my Jags over there. Anyway, that's just over an hour, guys. So that's it for the live stream. I do appreciate everybody hanging out, watching, chopping it up in the chat. It's always appreciated. Like I said, Discord link is the pinned comment. If you want to join, go ahead and join and hang out with the guys. Early kickoff Saturday. Yes, sir. I will be here nice and early, 7:30 a.m. with the live stream. Rags 0, City 3. I like a 3-0. I go 3-1, but any W, I'll take a 1-0, to be honest, just to get the points and scrape the W. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'll be back maybe tomorrow with a live stream. Depends on if there's some news. And if not, I will see you Saturday morning for the game. Up City. Up the City. Appreciate you.